Welcome to EyE on You. In recent years, the strategic partnership between China and Djibouti has maintained a high level of development, and cooperation in various fields has progressed. The Belt and Road Initiative, jointly built by China and Djibouti, has also entered a new stage of high-quality development, setting an example of mutually beneficial cooperation between countries. Djibouti is located in the northeastern corner of Africa and is a crucial hub for Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. The government of Djibouti has formulated the National Development Plan Vision 2035, aiming to become a regional center for maritime transport, logistics and trade, taking advantage of its unique geographical position. The Belt and Road Initiative and Djibouti's development plan are highly compatible. China expressed its firm support for the construction of Vision 2035, deepening cooperation in business, investments and other fields, jointly maintaining the operation of the cooperation projects, and helping Djibouti to build a diversified economic development center. In the recent years, more and more Chinese private enterprises are visiting Djibouti to discuss cooperation in tourism, the energy industry, commercial services, science and technology, and other fields. It is worth mentioning that relevant institutions and enterprises in Hong Kong have become a new force in the cooperation between China and Djibouti. At the same time, Hong Kong is also promoting spaceport construction with Djibouti as China develops a well-established aerospace industry. The spaceport will help promote the development of space and satellite industry in Africa and to provide a significant investment and business opportunities for stakeholders in mainland China and Hong Kong-related industries. In this program, we are very grateful to have Mr. Abdallah Abdillahi Miguil, Djibouti's ambassador to China, who is also currently visiting Hong Kong to enhance cooperation and development between the two places and seek new opportunities. Let's listen to his thoughts. So, Mr. Abdallah, welcome to our show today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. So the spaceports will help to promote the development of the satellite and the space industry in Africa. So how did the two places come up with this idea and come up with such an imaginative plan to develop the spaceports facilities?
Thank you very much, first of all, to welcome me here. I think it's a good opportunity for me to present my country to the Hong Kong people. Djibouti is African and Arab country located at the Horn of Africa, and Djibouti is located of one of the strategical position in the world. We are located of one of the busiest maritime road in the world. We are a French-speaking island in English and Arabic Ocean, and we are in the obligation to learn a lot of language in order to communicate with our neighbor and also with the international people. It's for reason that Djiboutians are very open-minded, and we have a lot of similarities with Hong Kong. Concerning this project, you know, we have the ambition to develop our country, but we want also to learn from others, their experience, to take advantage and lessons from their experience, but also to project our mind in the future. It's for reason that science and technology is very important. We know also that currently some other countries are trying to build a spaceport like UK or UAE, but really we find with Hong Kong a strategical partner who will go with us in building these space ports. As you know, also Djibouti has a very strategical relation and cooperation with China. And China is one of the most developed country in aerospace industry. And our main target is not just to put in the map Djibouti, but our ambition is beyond Djibouti. Our ambition is for Africa. And Africa is the future of the world. And it's for reason that we want that this spaceport will be the gateway for Africa development aerospace. Yeah. That is our ambition. Yeah.
So the aerospace project and the spaceport project is not a quick fix one. It's not a quick fix project. So do you encounter any difficulties when you build such a big project?
Any project that you want to build, you will face a lot of challenge. Right. That is normal in matter of development. As I said, we find a strategical partner in Hong Kong. And today we have a new cooperation with a new group, Hong Kong Spaceport, and we already progress the studies and how to implement this project in Djibouti. Honestly, this project will bring a new experience, a new challenge for my country in matter of aerospace technology and science. And our ambition is not just to build a spaceport, but around this spaceport, we expect to have a brand space industry. And Djibouti will be the platform who will allow African to easily compete with others in aerospace industry.
Yeah. So it's excited and delighted to know that you'll find another partnership in Hong Kong. And can you tell us more about the partnership? How do we take part, and how did China take part in this project?
Mainly, as you know, Djibouti has a very strategical partner since a couple of decades with China. We are, as the ambassador of Djibouti, I am so proud. With the chief executive, we discuss how to strengthen this cooperation with Hong Kong in matter of trade, maritime, shipping, tourism, science, technology, and other fields. And one of the fields that we focus our discussion is the implementation of the spaceport in Djibouti with the support of Hong Kong group. And I get the full support of the chief executive, and this group also has the full support of my government. We are not just excited, yes, but I am more confident, and that the space port, Hong Kong spaceport, will realize this ambition and this target together with Djibouti. A lot of people and a lot of investors are really very excited to come with us, and hopefully this project will be a reality soon, within the next coming 5 years.
So during this visit, we see that there is many opportunities and many chance to get together to strengthen the cooperation between Hong Kong and Djibouti. So just now we talk about investment. What kind of investment you're looking into from Hong Kong? What kind, like investors, or on the money side, or what kind of investment you're looking for?
As I said, Djibouti and Hong Kong has a lot of similarities. As I said, Djibouti is a small country with roughly 1 million population. But Djibouti has a very strategical location. And often I said when I make some lectures that Djibouti is the UN military headquarters. As you know, we host a lot of military base. And that is show how much Djibouti will contribute to the international stability. Djibouti has the combined advantage of 3 cities: Hong Kong, Singapore, and Dubai. Why Hong Kong? Djibouti has, like Hong Kong, the only hard and strong currency in Africa, based to US dollar with fixed parity since 1949. And it's for reason that we look to work with Hong Kong in order to make Djibouti as an international financial and banking place. Why Singapore? Because, as I said, Djibouti is located on one of the busiest maritime roads in the world. It's for reason that also Djibouti is one of the important landing point for this the initiative of His Excellency Xi Jinping, one road, one belt. We wanted to develop the maritime and shipping services in Djibouti to make Djibouti as a logistic base for the international transshipments. After we take our independence from the French, we have at that time only 1 seaport, and today we have 7 seaports. And our dream is to build more seaports in Djibouti, because we have natural ports in Djibouti. We don't need to dig too much. It's for reason that we want to attract the major maritime group to manage with us and to be partner with us in the management of the seaport, and to have Djibouti as a logistic base for the international transshipments. That will develop the international trade. Why Dubai? You know, Dubai doesn't has the strategical location that we have. Yeah, honestly. We want to make Djibouti as a trade and shopping, international trade and shopping place, like Dubai. Currently, you have one of the major airline carrier in Africa is the Ethiopian Airlines. Yeah. Ethiopian Airlines flight to Dubai is 4 hours.
Quite near.
Yeah, Addis Ababa to Dubai.
Yeah.
Addis Ababa to Djibouti is just 55 minutes.
Wow, even shorter distance.
In short distance. We want to allow African people, but also people from the Middle East, because from the Yemeni maritime coast to the Djibouti maritime coast, you have just 20 miles. Yeah. And in front of the other side of the Red Sea, you have Yemen and Saudi Arabia. And it's for reason that Djibouti is an umbilical link between Arab world and Africa. And the ambition of my president is for the short term to make Djibouti as a free country, to attract African people and Arab people to make their shopping and trade in Djibouti. And we must to learn from the experience of the Hong Kong, because Hong Kong was a trade, maritime and shipping place. Hong Kong was a international financial and banking place. All that points that I already mentioned, Hong Kong has a huge experience, and we need to take advantage and lessons from this Hong Kong experience, and to project also our mind in the future, in the science, in technology, and really this Hong Kong cooperation is really a strong and good add value for the development of Djibouti. And the investment that we are looking is are multiple in the different, in maritime, in trade, in science, in technology, in banking that we are looking. And honestly, I say always to my Hong Kong friends that you have the opportunities. people can come in Djibouti, but use Djibouti as a gateway to Africa, as a gateway to the Middle East. I really want to say to Hong Kong people and China people, please don't believe what you see on the news TV, that Africa is not secure, Africa is in conflict, Africa, people are very poor. No, yeah. Maybe 5, maximum 6 countries are currently maybe in conflict. But all the others countries are in peace, are in development. Yeah. And even for that, we have our African mechanism that we want to solve our problems without external intervention. We don't want to be a proxy theater with the other superpower in the world. Africa wants to solve its own problem and to focus its development. What people they must understand, as African, we believe cooperation people to people. Yeah, we want to develop the connectivity. And Djibouti wants to develop the super connectivity. Yeah, between Djibouti to Africa and between Africa to the rest of the world. That's our ambition, that's our aim, and that's what we want to work with Hong Kong. Yeah.
I like the word you're using, connectivity, because there are so many similarities between Hong Kong and Djibouti. We are both the gateway. We are the gateway of China going to see the world, and Djibouti is the gateway for Africa to get in touch with the world. So can you tell us more about the free trade zone in Djibouti? Because we know that there are 300 companies in the free trade zone, and how does it make to strive for the successful making of the economics and the logistic hub of Africa?
As you mentioned, we with the cooperation with China, and especially with the China merchants, we built one of the biggest free trade zone in Africa, in Djibouti. And that zone currently hosts more than 300 companies that, as you said. We are trying now to plan the second phase of this free trade zone in order to host more companies, because currently we can't host more than 350 companies in this free trade. This free trade allow, as I said, that companies who settle their activity in this free trade zone to use Djibouti as a gateway to Africa, to develop maritime service, trade, logistics, industry, and that is very important, because the connectivity is the main vision of our policy, and we don't want only to be the gateway of Africa through maritime and shipping. As you heard, maybe we built one of the first electrical train between Ethiopia and Djibouti, and that is really very important. Our plan now is continue this railway to connect with the other railway in Sudan, Kenya, and continue to the Great Lake countries up to the South African countries. That is one of the major. We want also to develop also the connectivity by roads also to facilitate transport of goods between country to country. An African Union also has a strategical continental plan to develop and boost connectivity between African countries. to have this free trade zone in Djibouti, it is only the first step of the vision of my country. And one of the main points of our cooperation, it will be how to strengthen cooperation with Hong Kong government. One of the major requests that yesterday the chief executive requested me also is that how to develop tourism between Hong Kong and Africa. You know, as an ambassador of Djibouti, yes, I am the ambassador of Djibouti, but also I am the ambassador of the whole Africa. Yeah, because I am Pan-Africanist. And with Djibouti, without Africa is nothing. And Africa without Djibouti, I think that Africa will be weak. And before COVID, after making a lot of advertising, a lot of advocacy, because mainly Chinese tourists, they're afraid to go to Djibouti. They are just wants to go to Europe, America, or Asia. But we tell them that, please, Africa is more wonderful. It's 54 countries, and each country has really a wonderful tourism place. Please come. After the meeting yesterday with the chief executive, we want to include also Hong Kong tourists to go to Djibouti. If I take my country, Djibouti, we have a very wonderful place, unique in the world. If you take like Assal Lake, is below 152 meters from the sea level. You have the Assal Lake, Salt Lake, you have the sea, you have mountain island. And Africa is wonderful. It's a really peace. African people love people. What I say always to Chinese friends and Hong Kong friends, we want to cherish friendship. We don't need your pocket money. Please come to discover. Yeah, we want to come also. Our people, tourists, wants to come also to Hong Kong, in China mainland also. Yeah, build a friendship, people-to-people connectivity. Yeah, that is very important. That is the only way that we alleviate poverty, we develop the world economy, we have more understanding between people. And I don't think that we will have, if we have this kind of cooperation, we have war between continents. Yeah.
So we very much look forward to visit Africa and Djibouti, and we hope that there are lots of cooperation, no matter it's aerospace, high tech, and tourism, and also logistic, all kind of cooperation with Djibouti. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you very much. I hope that you will come to Djibouti, all of you. And I am really confident to strengthen cooperation with between my country and Hong Kong. And with your full support, we want to attract more investors, sharing the advantage of the development of Africa, and that will be really a good value for the international economy. Thank you very much to host me and to give me this opportunity to talk with Hong Kong people and to explain the advantage of my country and Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.